Those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope you guys have had a good day. Please know that my readings are timeless. So whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you. Okay. Yeah. So I do have a couple downloads, but we'll get into that in just one moment. Okay, so before we do the reading, my hair is like looking ridiculous. Sorry about that, y'all. Before we do the reading, I'm going to talk about a book. Why I talk about this book, it is called The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN. It is an advanced intuitive learning book, okay, that has different techniques that you can use to get you can use these techniques any day, anytime. You don't have to be psychic, okay, to use these techniques. I was always psychic since I was a child, always been. Spent majority of my days outside talking to fairies, okay? That was my life growing up. I didn't really interact with friends that much until I got like older, okay? And my parents pretty much had to tell me to stop going outside and walking around talking to myself because it looked weird. So anyways, so yeah, I've always been psychic. When I was a teenager, my abilities enhanced quite a bit. And so I started having experiences with deceased people, and that was pretty frightening for me. I spent like my teen years calling my mom into my bedroom every single night because I had a dead person in my closet, and there was more than one dead person that was in my room, but I had one that was in the closet, and then I had one that was just in the room, and they would crawl on me and I would freak out. Okay, and my mom was always thinking, oh, it's a nightmare. You just had a bad dream. Poor woman. I feel so bad for her. Beautiful life, though. I was adopted. It was great. By the best people, by really good people. So the techniques in this book, I don't know why I needed to share that, but maybe some of you guys have gone through that. Points where you're like completely afraid. Oh, I know why I'm sharing it, because through all of that time, from being a child to, being a teenager to basically, I came across this information like 10 years ago, maybe a little bit, maybe 11 years ago. So anyways, since then, I felt growing up as a psychic child trapped in the psychic realm. I felt like helpless. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. I felt, oh, make sure you guys hype the video, like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you guys are subscribed. But I felt like I was stuck, okay, in the psychic realm. This is the best way I can describe it. It's just like I was having all of these like experiences that were supernatural experiences, from alien abduction to experiencing spirits. And I did not prayer. Okay, I grew up with Catholic school. Prayers and shit like that did not do anything. Not when I mean, I don't think any of the Catholic rituals do anything, but that's neither here nor there. The prayers didn't do anything, especially when it comes to negative entities and shit. No. So anyways, so I always felt like I was being attacked. Okay. I felt trapped in the psychic realm. When I came across The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN, I was able to finally get unstuck from being in the psychic realm, basically. And the psychic realm, when I was in that state of mind, I always felt like I was under attack by something, and I always felt like that things were outside of my control. And I've had close encounters with demons before, okay, demonic energies. There was a time my ex-husband was possessed, and when that happened, I was coming from the mindset of like, oh, demons can't say the name of Jesus. Yeah, they can. Okay. The demon told me I was Jesus, and I was like literally Googling how to do an exorcism on this person. It was like really very similar to the movies, very similar, only the entity didn't have full possession of his body, so he couldn't really move, thank God, because I probably wouldn't be here if it did. But yeah. So anyways, what has made all that stuff go away is me working on myself and doing the God technique from this book, okay? And the God technique raises you out of your ego, gets you out of the psychic realm, gets you out of the lower dimensions, and it puts you into the energy of source, God, love, joy, and peace, so that you're looking out from the eyes of source. So you can see things from a bigger perspective, and it detaches you from anything that is lower vibrational or demonic. Okay. Just naturally it does that by tapping into God's energy. Yeah, anything that is like, and everything is made up of God's energy, but God's energy is love, joy, and peace. It gets distorted when people start transforming that energy. So the God technique is important because it raises your frequency so that you can connect with your higher self, so that you can be looking out through the eyes of source and see things from a bigger picture, so that you can understand the lessons, so you don't have to keep repeating them. The second one is the joy versus anger technique. So my life before the joy versus anger technique, again, my gifts and abilities have always worked like if a tragedy or an emergency was going to happen, but I wasn't asking questions like, should I go here? Should I be there? Should I hang out with this person? Had I asked those questions, I would have avoided pretty much a huge chunk of my life. I would have not made any of the decisions that I made. I would not have gotten married, all of that. Okay. However, didn't have that information till just like 11 years ago. So again, before that, you know, I was just living life like everybody else, making decisions, allowing my gifts to show me something if it was going to be an emergency. And I believe that everybody that's alive, that's a human at least, and probably even animals, but I don't have proof of that. I just know that humans, to some degree, every human has clairsentience. Clairsentience is clear feeling. When you feel something and you're like, oh my gosh, my gut feeling. People will say, I had a gut feeling, literally. That's what clairsentience is. So everybody does have gifts and abilities. They're just different for each person, and we get our gifts and our abilities from our bloodline. So the joy versus anger technique helps you ask yes and no questions, so you have an open communication with God, your higher self. So you can be asking questions and actually being guided through life by your higher self, rather than walking around making decisions randomly. Okay, which is what I was doing before. When I came across this information, I stopped. And the why the joy versus anger technique is so powerful, it's more accurate and more foolproof than using a pendulum, which could give you bad readings, or doing muscle testing, which could give you bad readings. Okay, so that technique is like seriously worth gold. And when you start to ask questions about what you should be doing, where you should be going, things start to fall into place. The third technique is the mind technique, and that helps you question your thoughts and beliefs, so that you release the ones that are drawing in the experience, because we all create our own realities with our thoughts and our beliefs. In that sense, we are all gods, okay, of our own reality. We can't be God for anybody else, because we cannot choose what other people think. Regardless of witches and warlocks, what they say, no, we can't. We cannot. From my perspective, it's impossible to control someone else's thoughts. And this is why the government has spent so many years, decades, eras, trying to brain and mind control people, okay? Because it's not possible. You can't take away somebody else's free will. You can influence it, but you can't take it away. So there are so many other techniques in this book, you guys, that are going to help you so much. Prayer. I think I'm going to read the part about prayer. It says, throughout recorded Western time that we are aware of, there has been a form of communication with God that has been used to beseech guidance and assistance. Prayer, as it has come to be known, can be done inwardly or outwardly. I save this for the last because it's in a lot of cases it is used for favor, getting God's favor, basically. Would you, God, do this for me or them? Bless them, protect them, smile, etc. Looking outside of themselves for the request to be granted. Many of the religious doctrines in the world would say allude to the temple of God lies within. This has given a good direction to look for God, but misses the target. The oneness that is spoken of by many peoples, the Father and I are one, all things are one, is saying that God is here and now. Me, you, the blade of grass, the grain of sand, and God are all having this experience. Prayer, when utilized in its most positive form, can be a useful tool. When we focus on something that makes us feel good, no matter what the words are that we spoke or thought, we create a moment where we are not focusing on something that's negative, which usually doesn't feel good. This, once again, is how creation works. This allows our natural state, joy, unconditional love, and peace to flow into our creation, and with it, those things that match our frequency at the time. It might just be to To help with the request, just asked if that is a match. So again, whatever you ask for, you have to make sure your vibration is a match to that when you're praying, or it's going to be like counteractive to what you're asking for. Anytime that prayer is used like that, whether to bless the food before eating or any other situation, that might call for prayer in someone's mind. I see it as a good excuse to raise your frequency, which is what's happening. We will discuss this to greater extent in the later chapters. And then the next one is cleansing out the temple physical health. You guys get this book. It's going to change your life. It changed my life when people are like, well, I'm possessed. What do I do? This person's possessed. What do I do? Do you know what the answer is? I don't have the answer. This book has the answer. Okay. The answer is the God technique. Literally. That's my personal experience. And anybody that's going through anything that's like super hardcore like that, I'm always telling them, get the truth of God. Do the techniques in the book. That's what's going to help you. I can help people get rid of demons and shit temporarily, but if they just keep doing a behavior that calls that energy back in, that's why the mind technique and the book is so important. Okay. The second book I'm going to talk about, and the link to this is in the description box below. I am speaking normally. Okay. Don't be rude. We haven't even gotten to the prayer yet. The second book that I'm going to be talking about is Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. This is the one that I've written. Okay. And it helps you go beyond the self-doubt of using tarot when learning to pull cards for oneself. So how you use this book, I'm just going to open it. Wow. To the Empress Tarot Card Spell. All right. We'll talk about the spell first. So the Empress is all about being beautiful. So this one is for beauty and self-development. Okay. Anybody can do these spells. You do them on yourself with God and the Holy Spirit. And yes, it does involve a little bit of an affirmation. This one, it has a little ritual that you do. Okay. But you know, if you don't have to do the spell, but it will help you integrate the major arcana cards. And I've written a tarot card spread for each of the major arcana cards. The major arcana cards are like the Judgment card, the Moon, the Sun, the Empress, the Emperor, the High Priestess, the Lovers, the Fool, the Death. You're getting the picture here. Okay. So all you need to work this book, to start reading cards for yourself, is the original Rider-Waite tarot deck. I would go ahead and get the one that just like this, that's got the words on it. Okay. Just because you're going to be learning the entire deck. And so you want to have something that's got a reference on it. When I look at the cards, I don't always read what's on them. I'll be talking and then something on the card will stick out to me. So I just opened this to, what is it? Which one is this? Okay. So this is the Empress Tarot Card Spread. I'm going to read position 5, Omega Force Alchemy Power. This card position will reveal how connected you are with the Omega Chakra, which is a chakra that is positioned between the knees. This chakra helps to balance the divine feminine energies flowing through the body. This position can show you how power may transform you and what pain will create. If you have the gifts of the Empress, that will be revealed here. Her gifts are luxury, beauty, fertility, attractiveness, success, love, and divinity. After pulling all of the cards for the 5 positions, you will want to compare the cards that you have pulled to one another. Is there anything that you are seeing repeated here? Be sure to take note of everything that is revealed to you in this tarot card spread. So that's just one part of that tarot card spread, but I want you to get a little taste of how this works. Now, in the back of the book, I have written a compendium of knowledge of the different card combinations, what it could mean when they come out together. Okay, so I'm just going to read the Strength card. The Strength card is always a great card to pull because it relays spiritual gifts and hidden talents that make you a strong person. If you were to pull the Strength card in the reverse, it would indicate that someone is playing on your weaknesses, or that the person in question is weak in a major way. If you pull the Strength card and then any of the major arcana cards, you can add strength to whatever the subject of that card is. If you pull strength after you pull the major arcana card, then you can know that through the subject of the arcana card, that strength is being built or established. So if it comes before, then the person's already strong in that type of way. If it comes after the major arcana cards, then that person is building strength. Okay. The strength in the reverse speaks to personal and moral weaknesses. It means that someone is easily tempted to abuse their power and create immoral actions against others. The strength in the reverse can also be a pessimistic attitude. When you pull the strength in the reverse, get ready to become aware of major personality flaws that you denied were there. All right, you guys. So the link to this book for you to get started on your spiritual journey is in the description box below. The link to this book is also in the description box below. I suggest that you get both of them, okay? They're going to help you guys really progress. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Okay, so we are calling, welcome everybody coming into the chat. We are calling upon the Most High God, the Holy Spirit, the Divine Realm, Jesus Christ, the ancestors, our spirit guides, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, and we're asking that they can be with us now. We're also calling upon, any saints or angels, the archangels, and asking that they can be with us now. The Galactic Federation of Light. We're just asking that they put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all negative people, all negative influence, and anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading or anyone in this reading. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, the highest knowledge, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, God, please continue to bless and prosper me. Please continue to bless and prosper this platform, and please continue to bless and prosper my collective. All honor, worship, glory, and praise goes to you, Most High, highest self. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Divine Realm. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. If I talk about anything in the realm of health, make sure you follow up with a doctor. You feel that it resonates. If I talk about anything in the realm of legal, make sure that you follow up with a legal professional like a lawyer. Okay, that's being responsible with the energy. So that you're not just, and again, I would hope that you guys use your greatest discernment. Just know that I would watch each reading on both of my platforms. I have another platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle, because each reading will have a personal Easter egg download for you to decode about your own spiritual journey. So at your leisure, I would just click on whatever title you feel drawn to and start with that. Okay, so no bullying me, no bullying anybody in the chat, no bullying anybody in the comments, no condemning anybody to hell, okay? Yeah, we're not putting up with that shit. You'll get canceled, rebuked, blocked, and you'll have to deal with Archangel Michael. So I did get a download as I was sitting here getting ready for this video. I got this song that was playing through my head, and it's by the band. This is such a good band, you guys. I don't know if you guys like rock music, but it's called Breaking Benjamin. Okay, that's the band, and the song is called Had Enough. So I'm going to read the lyrics because I get that somebody's being super suspicious and weird. Their behavior is being super strange. So anyways, this song has to do with this person. Okay, so it's called Had Enough if you want to listen to it, by Breaking Benjamin. But it goes like this. Milk it for all it's worth. Make sure you get there first. The apple of your eye, the rotten core inside. We are all prisoners. Things couldn't get much worse. I've had it up to here. You know your end is near. You had to have it all. Well, have you had enough? You greedy little bastard, you will get what you deserve. When all is said and done, I will be the one to leave you in your misery and hate what you have become. Intoxicated eyes no longer live that life. You should have learned by now. I'll burn this whole world down. I need some peace of mind, no fear of what's behind. You think you've won this fight, you've only lost your mind. You had to have it all. Well, have you had enough? You greedy little bastard, you will get what you deserve. When all is said and done, I will be the one to leave you in your misery and hate what you've become. Hold me down, I will live again. Pull me out, I will break it in. Hold me down, better in the end. Hold me down. You had to have it all. Well, have you had enough? You greedy little bastard, you will get what you deserve. When all is said and done, I will be the one to leave you in your misery and hate what you've become. And then it says, heaven help you, heaven help you. So those are the lyrics to the song. You guys should go listen to the song. It's a great song. But yeah, that's that little greedy little bastard. And when I will be the one to leave you in your misery and hate what you've become. That's what this person wanted to do, and they're not getting to see that. In fact, I feel like that's more of you being able to do that. But yeah, that song was playing through my head, and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. The energy behind it. Crazy ass energy. Somebody's being really suspicious. I feel like you could be very suspicious of somebody at this time. Pay attention to your instincts, to your intuition, that gut feeling, that clairsentience. Okay, it's important to listen to yourself. When you get an intuition or a message, write it down. Okay, especially if you feel like you're going to forget it. I feel like that's super important as well. Okay, so I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to see what we have here. But yeah, that the lyrics to that song, super deep, literally. This person has not had enough yet. I don't know what their deal is. 5 of Pentacles. Yo, this person, they're homeless. I want a different energy to come up, but Spirit is saying that we have to talk about this person. Good God. They could be getting kicked out of a religion or kicked out of a Freemason cult or some shit like that. This person is facing, they're unemployed right now. Okay. I've been picking up for like maybe more than 6 months that somebody would be trying to come in the dead ass middle of winter and ask for either shelter or ask for money. Okay. And I didn't even get that this person actually needs the money. They could go to work and do their job and get paid. But this person, for some reason, they're in the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like it has to do with their greed and how, just like that song's lyrics, you know, you greedy little bastard, you will get what you deserve. Well, have you had enough? You had to have it all. This person was playing, what is that game? What is it called? They were playing to win it all. And now they haven't won anything. And that's ironic. They're in complete financial ruin. This person's family members do not want to support them. Yeah, while you're over here being very creative, bringing new inspiration into the world, new thoughts, new ideas, very fertile energy. And for being fertile, when I use that word, I'm not just talking about reproduction. I'm talking about being able to plant something and that ground is fertile enough to grow it. Okay, so it doesn't, welcome everybody coming into the chat. Okay, so the song is by the band called Breaking Benjamin, and it's called Had Enough. Yeah, the lyrics to that were very, very much this person, you know, like them being unemployed is ironic because they wanted you unemployed. You're over here beginning a new project, starting a new business, moving forward. The Tower. While this person is in the Tower, do you know why they're in the Tower and in the 5 of Pentacles? This person is getting kicked out. A perfect circle came to mind. Exactly. This person, it's all coming. It's like an Ouroboros. It's all coming to a head. This person, they're in the Tower. They need to sacrifice the way that they think and believe about you. Okay. Because it's just not accurate. I also get that this person needs to get rid of something or someone. They could own a cursed item. Do they know that the item is cursed? Yes. This person is holding on to something that's got bad energy in it. That's on them. It's one reason that they're messed up. This could be a knife. Yeah. This person needs to release whatever this toxic mentality is about you. Okay. Especially when it comes to your projects and stuff like that. Because this person, they're being looked at like, what are you doing? What are you doing? People are looking at this person like, what the hell are you doing? Why don't you just leave the collective alone? And they have no intention of leaving you alone, even though they're in the Tower. Even though their power is, they've abused their power, they're in the Tower. 5 of Wands, because this person was trying to compete with you. They could have been trying to get a whole group of people. This reading is for everybody. Oh, I forgot to say, if you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat. I will pause the collective reading and then I will answer your question. Okay. So the 5 of Wands, you see how all of these people are fighting each other? Pathetic. This person was trying to compete for something. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. They were also trying to challenge your authority. They didn't want you to be seen as somebody that is highly ranked or good to be in the position that you're in. Yeah. No. What just fell on the ground? That was all of them, right? Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So this person's arrival. All right. The moon in the reverse, that's not a good energy. Okay. That's horrible. Creativity and imagination are accompanied by dark moods and depression, possible creative block, failed examination or test. This person was being tested. They failed. They also were trying to do something to someone's beauty. It says to trust others, people's opinions, follow their advice, and learn from their experiences. Inability to study or learn. This person's ignorant. Okay, they can't learn new things. The Hierophant in the reverse. What did I say about this person being kicked out of some, oh, you're welcome, you guys, out of some Hierophant group, community, church, whatever this is. The Hierophant in the reverse says, be open to unconventional ideas. The truth is not as it seems. However, do not be paranoid or imagine problems. This person is paranoid. They're very paranoid. The moon in the reverse is basically paranoia, and it's fear. Cheating and deception cause divorce and the end of a relationship. This person could have cheated on somebody or been cheated on, and this is one reason they're in the Five of Pentacles, okay? Possible loss of faith. It says friends betray you. Friends are betraying this person with gossip and slander. That's why I was getting people are suspicious of them. Bad advice serves somebody else's need. This person took some bad advice when it came to you, and it served somebody else's needs, and this is why they're in the position they're in. Possible loss in faith, medical, professional, religious, and educational institution. Like I said, cult, coven, group, whatever. They're being kicked out. These people are experiencing a lot of negative karma at this time. They don't want to take accountability because they thought that they were the magicians when y'all are the magicians. This person did not want to take accountability. Yeah. You're over here. Look at this. The Ace of Wands with the Magician. These people could see you like you're over here casting spells. If you are, so the fuck what? If you're doing something that helps yourself and doesn't hurt other people, there's nothing wrong with that. This person, they're getting broken up with, they're getting left, or they're breaking up with somebody. And they feel like, well, they want to come in and take this work away, this Eight of Pentacles. That's for damn sure. Whatever it is that you're doing for work, this person wants to stop it. They want you to stop it. They want to stop it. They're going to have to get through your spiritual team to get you to stop doing God's work. I also get that you're working smarter, not harder. Okay? This person has to work harder because they're not smarter. Point blank, period. You could be learning a new trade or a profession at this time, which is going to help you. Okay? Especially with the Magician, you could be learning how to, do anything from dancing, singing, acting, writing, drawing, painting, creating origami, whatever this is that you love to do. Okay. You could like to decorate things, move things around the house, that type of situation. You guys have a 10 of Pentacles because of the 8 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is having influence and importance. It's also having a home, a gift, a large sum of money. Okay. The Star. You have a 10 of Pentacles because you guys are the star. It's your time to shine. The 10 of Pentacles talks about you planning for long-term gain, not just short returns. That's basically what you've been investing in. You could be seeking a permanent job with doing this 8 of Pentacles work yourself, and it's going to provide you stability and long-lasting, like, royalties basically coming in. And it's going to help a lot of people, whatever this is. And if you haven't thought about starting a new business or doing this, then you may want to think about that. The Star talks about it's inspiration, dreams for the future coming true, that type of energy. But I get that it's more hidden gifts and talents that you guys possess. So yeah, exactly. Going all crazy because someone likes art. Exactly. These people are insane. They definitely are. They definitely are. And them thinking that they can just cut you off from you being at peace and from you having a home, this is why this person is being cut off. King of Pentacles. Yeah. This person could have been working with the King of Pentacles, trying to make some type of deal. Whatever this dumbass deal with this Hierophant group, it's backfired. I feel like this person owes the King of Pentacles a lot of money. They could have taken out a loan through this King of Pentacles or borrowed money from them. This person has no intention of ever paying this King of Pentacles back. So if I were the King of Pentacles, I would just move on. Keep it pushing, because this person's not going to ever pay this money that they borrowed back. That's why I was saying, if somebody comes in to borrow money from you, no. Don't even let this person anywhere near you. Okay? They have sabotage all over their energy. They're going to bring their homeless, broke ass. This person wants you to get back in a relationship with them, or get in a relationship, or get in a friendship with them. Okay? This person would even settle for a friendship relationship with you because they are desperate and starving for your energy. Two of Cups, but you have something better. The Most High God and the Holy Spirit has literally already provided you with a soul contract. Okay? You have not only something coming in the physical that is a soul contract, but you have it in the spirit with God. And so nobody's going to sever that. Or do anything about your spiritual contract and your destiny and what you're here to do. There is not a person on this fucking planet. So like I was saying at the beginning, do not come in and tell other people that they need to repent or whatever bullshit. Okay, you Christians need to fucking stop. God put me here in a position so that I could reach people that would not be able to be reached had I not been put in this position. So if you think that whatever the fuck demonic shit you're thinking about, stop. Literally. I've been gifted my entire life. God made me this way. What would be wrong with me using my abilities to help other people out? And you will straight up be fucking held accountable to God right this very moment as I erase your dumb ass. Don't be harassing and bullying me or anybody else over a Bible that was written by dead men that betrayed Jesus to his face. Jesus didn't use a Bible. Jesus did not go to church. Jesus did not have a fucking religion. So shut up and go away. Point blank, period. If you don't like what I'm doing and you got a problem with that, you're demonic fucking ass, why don't you go talk to God about it? And why are you even watching me? I'm putting you in timeout. You need to be put in timeout, and I'm reporting you to God. Fucking idiot. Sorry about that, y'all. People just, have they had enough? The greedy little bastards, they will get what they deserve. Seriously, when everybody is not a perfect person, who the fuck do these Christians think they are, coming into somebody else's live streams to tell everybody to repent? Literally, they need to go look in the fucking mirror, look at their losing ass motherfucking life, and then go repent to God and stop trying to use Jesus in a way that Jesus is not even supposed to be used. Hell no. Anybody that's going to try to condemn somebody else because of words that were only fit to the Catholic canon is an idiot, okay? And they need to be thrown in the garbage, straight up. Stupid. Written by dead men. That's basically necromancy. And they say that ancestors are demons. And what the fuck is Jesus? An ancestor. So I guess Jesus is a demon then. This is why, not everything in the Bible... I only like the book of Psalms. Everything else in the Bible I feel is bigotry and it's rhetoric, okay? It's bullshit. And I like the book of Enoch. Those are my favorite. The book of Psalms is written by people that had a one-on-one personal relationship with God. Not, go to Jesus and outsource to Jesus, okay? The hell? People are like so screwed up in the fucking head because of the Bible. And they think they can judge other people with that? Like, what? It's necromancy, bitch. Seriously. The Last Supper wasn't even included in Christianity until the medieval period, when the Holy Grail lore came about. Before that, there was no Holy Grail. There was no Last Supper. And the people in the Middle East, they never sat at a fucking table. There was not tables until Roman times, y'all. Literally. They all sat on the ground. So anyways, ridiculous shit. And it doesn't even say anything in the Bible about tarot cards. It talks about sorcery, witchcraft, and basically being fucking evil. It doesn't say anything about you can't. Enoch was a psychic and a prophet. Jesus was a psychic and a prophet. And Noah was also psychic and a prophet. All these people in the sacred texts were prophets and psychics. So if you have a problem with me, you have a problem with God, okay? Because this is the way that God made me. It could talk about mediums. And I that's one thing, like I said, before I gained the truth of God, consciousness and access, I felt trapped in the psychic world, having to deal with stupid fucking dead people that would not move on. But once I did the God technique and the truth of God, I immediately confirmation figured out how to cross the dead people over. So that's just what happens now. They just get crossed over. But yeah, talks about mediums, sorcerers, wizards, and people that are doing black magic. Okay, this is not magic. This is intuition. There's nothing magical about this. If you want to do magic with the tarot, I've created a book for that. But it only works with helping yourself. It doesn't do anything to anyone else. People need to stop with the dumb shit. Who am I communicating with? I don't sit around communicating with shit. I literally have abilities, okay? Seriously, you guys, get it together. You think I'm getting my information from a fucking dead spirit? I don't allow dead people around me. Point blank, period. Okay, unless it's an ancestor or a beloved deceased one that's already been crossed over and comes back to visit, then I'll allow that. All right. Sometimes I send the dead people straight up to hell. I won't even cross them over, especially if they're on stupid type of shit. But yeah, I can communicate with anything, but I communicate with God, my higher self. That is what the truth of God is about. That's why I talk about that. Because before I was always psychic, just having experiences. I've always, literally, my name, not this name, but my real name means one who sees the future. Okay? And my parents didn't even plan that because I was adopted. So, back into the reading. Yeah, the Two of Cups is you literally healing something. It's also about you having a connection with a higher power. 10 of Cups. This is your era to have a happily ever after. And this is what I'm talking about. As long as you fulfill your duties to the Most High God by using your gifts and abilities to help people rather than harm them. This is what I consider witches to be. I don't consider people that say that they're witches, that are like, oh, I'm Wicca, I'm a witch. Do I think that those people are witches? No, I do not. Okay, maybe some of them have abilities, but do I think that they're actually witches? No, they're not. What a witch to me, and what I've been shown from the divine realm, is somebody that does have an ability, and instead of using that to heal people, they hurt people with it. That's to me what a witch is. Or a warlock is a male version of that. Sometimes a warlock could be somebody that's been kicked out of a coven. But yeah, that's what witches, and that's what, to me, that's what witchcraft is. Hurting and harming other people or fucking with their free will. Conjuring up the devil, doing whatever nonsense, okay? And it's fine to like work with the Ars Goetia if you have a connection with God, okay? That's the safe way. That's the way that Solomon did it, and Archangel Michael. But if you don't have any type of interconnection going on, with the kingdom of God, which is what is within, then you're going to have a hard time, okay, getting punked by these spirits. Yeah, this Queen of Wands is who I would consider to be a witch. This person made some type of deal. What I don't understand is, like, when people don't like you and people don't like me, why the fuck did they come over here and watch us if they have a problem with what we're doing? Okay? I'm allowed to do what I'm doing because God's asked me to do it. When the call came in from the Most High, I answered it. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. If I wasn't, I'd have been taken out a long time ago. The universe, when it comes to chosen people, the universe will not just let chosen people make mistakes. Okay? It's like instantaneous karma and payback when a chosen one makes a decision that they know is not the right decision. All right? Other people, they get to fuck up for, forever. Seems like they get to fuck up for years and years and years and years, make bad decisions, and it doesn't come back on them until the universe goes, I've had enough of this. Had you have enough, you greedy little bastard, you will get what you deserve. That was the lyric from Breaking Benjamin's song. Literally. This person has not had enough yet. The moon in the freaking reverse, they're blocked. They don't have creativity. This person doesn't have the abilities or the talents that you possess. Okay? So as far as them being able to replace you or get you to stop doing what you're doing, okay, make this person take it up with God. Like I will say, go talk to my ancestors. You have a problem with me being gifted? Go talk to my ancestors who were also gifted. You got a problem with me being a psychic? Go talk to God, okay? Go talk to God about it. Literally. 8 of Wands. This person's going to the crossroads too often. They're always like literally going to the crossroads. No, I'm not asking the cards, who am I communicating with? I communicate with God. That is where I get my information from. My gifts and abilities work on their own. I get my own information. I don't go outsource. Why the fuck would I need to outsource to anything else when I have a connection to God? You guys make it make sense. Seriously, you need to go. You're irritating me. And I'm not even going to give you that energy. I'm going to fucking report you for harassing everybody. Go away. Gang stalking fucking weirdos. Get out of here. Anyways, sorry, I had to block that person. They were being a douchebag. I don't like people trying to, this is why I say the prayer at the beginning, because I don't like people that come in and try to project their own bullshit onto me or anybody else. Okay? And I don't even believe in a devil. I don't believe in one. Point blank, period. I don't believe in that. There's lower vibrational energies, but is there one devil thing? No, I don't fucking even believe in that. So people need to shut up and stop with what is up with bullying other people because of their beliefs. Let's get the likes up, you guys. I'm feeling super hated right now. Literally. Let's get the likes up and hype the video. It would really help this message get out. But yeah, I don't mean to, and I don't want to reveal the side to me that is like Sekhmet on people. I don't want to do that, but I straight up call judgment on any fucking person that's going to come in here and try to argue with me about what I'm doing when they don't even know what the fuck is going on. No. Okay, that person is completely obviously unaware and judgmental as fuck. Do they know what's going on? No, they don't have gifts. That's why they're here stalking people that actually do. Ridiculous. It's very suspicious to me. The fuck? Oh, you get messages. It must be from the devil. Like, how much paranoia? Like, stop. People need to stop smoking crack. They need to stop with this paranoid bullshit. Not everything is the fucking devil. Like, stop. Holy shit. It's crazy to me. I mean, how much more in fear do you have to be living like that? It's the devil. It's the devil. Everything's the devil. It's not the devil, dude. No. That's hilarious. At least I can laugh about the shit. People make no fucking sense. Seriously, delusions of grandeur. This witch is just trying to distract you. They want you disrupted. They want your 10 of Cups peace that God has promised you disrupted. This beautiful family. There may be something about Ham in the Bible. I think he was one of Noah's sons. Who was Ham in the Bible?
Ham was one of Noah's 3 sons, along with Shem and Japheth, who survived the flood. He's considered the ancestor of many African and Middle Eastern people, but is also known for disrespecting his father, which resulted in a curse on his son, Canaan.
Because of Ham's actions, Noah cursed Ham's young son, Canaan, proclaiming his descendants would be servants of servants to their brothers. That's not nice. The name is associated with the Hebrew word for hot or warm, and in Egyptian, it's related to the word black. What the fuck? It's about racism. What the hell? Or people are using this, whatever this is about, to continue racism. I don't even care. Jesus. Jesus. My God. So yeah, maybe some people believe that melanated people are cursed. I don't know. I thought it was something completely else that weirdos believed, but we're breaking through these belief systems. Hell to the no with that. It's just enough with that shit. So this person, this Queen of Wands, they're pissed off. Okay, they could be losing a court case. This person could feel like they need to leave the country or that they need to flee. They're having problems. Okay, they're being judged, point blank, period. And I do feel like this person also, you know, as Queen of Wands, they owe this King of Pentacles money. They owe. You don't owe anybody money like this. You don't take out loans. That's why I'm saying if this person comes towards you to ask for a loan, the answer is no. They just see you in happily ever after, and they're like, how can I disrupt that? This person that's totally at peace, loving themselves, doing the right thing, being kind to others, how can I go fuck up that person's day? This person's delusional. The Emperor. Forget that this person looks like they're old. You could have mastered your emotions when it comes to this person. You're not letting people mess with you. And I think that you should defend yourself from these weirdos. Because again, this person is in the Five of Pentacles. That's where they wanted you. Their greed and their lust for power has got them in trouble. Now they have to answer to a higher power. Something that they never thought would happen. Okay? Two of Pentacles. You guys are getting a good message. You're getting a divine download. You guys could be having dreams. You could literally be getting a new project, and you could be getting a message that you're accepted into something. It could, you know, maybe some of you are going to school. Maybe you guys are getting a new job. This is an acceptance, this message. It could be spiritual message too, that you're getting like a download that could be like, oh, okay, I passed the test. I'm being accepted into this, you know, spiritual career, or this, maybe it's a hobby that you have that you like. Whatever this is, you're getting good news. You're actually here to lead people, because you won't lead people astray. Welcome everybody coming in. Make sure you guys like the video, okay? That reciprocates the energy. And if you guys have any personal questions, you can always send me a $20 super chat. I'll pause the collective reading and I'll answer your question. Nine of Swords. And thank you guys in advance for liking the video, subscribing, and all that good stuff. It really helps this platform. It helps me, and I love you guys so much. The Nine of Swords is about somebody that's in deep regret, guilt, and depression. This person is in bed all of the time. They have caused you great misery in the past. Whoever this person is, with their dumb shit, this person has caused you great misery. This is why I would, you know, when you're dealing with people like this, you can't keep an open door to everybody, you guys. Some people, they will abuse that open door and take that as, oh, well, they're allowing me to still be a snake ass motherfucker. No, you see through this person. This person's definitely worried. They're in anguish. Anguish is like a super bad emotion. It's kind of like despair, but kind of worse. It's worse, maybe. It says anguish means severe mental or physical pain or suffering. This person is experiencing a lot of headaches. They're also experiencing a lot of body pain, body numbness. Oh, I'm so sorry that people are taking your energy. You know what you should do? Okay. Well, first of all, I would say get the truth of God, use the God technique. People will stop taking your energy. But this crystal right here is called arfvedsonite. ARFVEDSONITE. Okay. This is the best crystal. And it comes in all different shapes and sizes. You could get it as like probably a ring, a necklace, a bracelet. This is the best crystal for blocking out psychic vampires. Okay. It works. Very good. You need to have selenite though. Selenite is this clear crystal right here that always clears negative energy. It charges and clears other stones, and it never has to be like cleansed or recharged or anything like that. And it's the only crystal, selenite's the only crystal that actually clears the negative energy of other crystals and other things. So yeah, because crystals will pick up energies. The second exception, I mean, citrine doesn't clear negative energy, but this is citrine, but it also does not absorb negative energy. So, and citrine's really good for abundance. But yeah, if you want to stop being drained, I would literally get arfvedsonite and get some selenite. And if you get a bracelet, okay, you could get a selenite bracelet, a selenite, or an arfvedsonite bracelet. You can take those off when you go to bed, put them underneath your pillow, and that way you're protected while you sleep. And then, yeah, you just want to make sure that the arfvedsonite can be cleared by the selenite. And it takes only 5. You count to 5. And by the time you're at 5, it's already cleared and recharged the crystal. But just know that for the crystal to be working, it's got to be in your energetic field. The second best, so the other crystal that's really good, and it's a very common one, some of you might already have it, it's really good for blocking out life force vampires, people that, arfvedsonite is for any type of vampire. People that are stealing specifically your life force energy, you want to get sunstone, okay? That is a really good, that's the best crystal for blocking out life force vampires. If it's a financial vampire, you'll want to get the crystal called prehinite, Prehinite. Okay, that stops you being financially drained. But if you don't know which way you're being drained and you just feel like ick, get the arfvedsonite. It's going to make a huge difference. Knight of Swords. This person has someone coming after them. I don't know if this person tried to call the IRS on you or if they tried to call the business something on you. This person tried to get you fired from your job and now they're losing their business. Ironic. How karma will come back and tell somebody that they made a bad choice. I feel like you guys could have walked away from a position. Now you're beginning a new position. This is beautiful energy. I feel like, you know, anything that you do to benefit yourself at this time that has to do with you healing and going within is going to benefit the world and the people around you. Okay. Absolutely. Thank you, Shaman Maria. When you feel drained or somebody tugging on your energy, call your power and your energy back to you. That's something that people don't do. And sometimes when you're feeling drained, if you're an empath, you could have picked up that feeling from somebody else. And a lot of the times empaths will think that what they're feeling is their energy and it's actually not. So getting selenite is a really good thing to have on you to clear your energy. Also, there is a crystal called tourmalated quartz. Okay. Tourmalated, TOURMALITAT, tourmalated quartz. Let me see how you spell that. How do you spell tourmalated quartz? TOUR.
Tourmalated quartz is spelled TOURMALINATED, then QUARTZ. It's a type of.
So I'll show you what it looks like. I've got 2 different grades of it. When you deal with crystals, there will be 1 grade with it. This is the higher grade, okay, which means it's the better part of the crystal, more refined, prettier. And then this is the other grade of it. But this is what it looks like. And this, if you get tourmalated quartz, Make sure you get selenite as well, but it will block out other people's empathic energy. It's really good for that. It's really, really good for that. So you use a tool until you don't need it anymore. Hopefully you guys can figure out who's actually draining their energy so that you can block them. But yeah, this person, the 9 of Cups in the reverse, their wishes are going unfulfilled. This is how they feel. Their problems remain unresolved, point blank period. Okay? This person's unhappy and restless, difficult with physical intimacy. Lovers drift apart, eating and drinking to excess. This person drinks a lot of alcohol. Possible robbery of theft of possession. Someone cheats you out of money. This person's cheating this. I feel like whatever is happening to this Queen of Wands is happening because she's already tried to cheat this King of Pentacles out of money. It's so much easier to just mind your business and leave people alone, you guys, than not, you know, you won't have to go through the consequences. I feel like the majority of you do mind your business and you act right. Knight of Cups. Yeah. This person is not getting a Knight of Cups. This is the type of energy that they want, though, which is low vibrational. To me, the Knight energies, they come in and then they leave. They're not long-lasting commitments. This person is wanting, there could be somebody else that has their eye on you, and this person's pissed about that. They're like, why? Why? Because you are beautiful. You're attractive. That's the way that God made you. That's why. You're inspirational to other people. This person could have just literally gotten dumped, or they are getting dumped. 5 of Cups. They're in major regret. This person is crying over spilt milk. Let's get the likes up, you guys. We got 50 people watching, 37 likes on the video. I know you can like the video. Please hype the video so that other people have access to it as well. Yeah, this setback this person is having is setting them really far back. It's like they were trying to use a cheat sheet to jump ahead. And since that has been canceled and rebuked, this person is taking many seats and many steps backwards. It's like they're going back in time. And this person wants to go back in time and change something about you or change something about the situation. They cannot do that. They need to come to terms with what they've already lost when it comes to you. They lost a real one. If they just got dumped, they lost somebody that wasn't even good for them. Like, that's not a loss. When people walk away from you that are not for your highest and best good, that is not a loss. That's a win. When people walk away from you or you walk away from them and your life gets better, that should be a major sign, you guys, that that person was not good for you. Okay? There's many times where I've walked away from people and my life continues to get better. Justice. You're over here getting justice. There's nothing that they can do about that. Okay? This could literally be in the justice system, but it doesn't have to be. This could be blind justice. You're basically being shown as the one that has integrity, that's a good person. You're trustable. You pay your bills. You mind your business. You work on yourself. You keep your home relatively clean. Okay? You are doing the things that are needed for you to continue to have justice and have this star energy. You're going to have the star no matter what. You might as well use this talent that you have no matter what it is. There's 100,000 and probably more than that talents that are possible for people to have. Okay? So literally, you doing what you are divinely guided to do is causing you to be blessed. You could be getting a message from the justice system about this person. I don't know if you guys are going to be notified about this person, but they definitely are in trouble. I feel like this person would probably be the one to come and contact you and ask for your help. You can't help this person get out of trouble, okay? Because it would implicate you. So you need to stay away from this person. This person's very suspicious. Their behavior is weird. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles, that's your energy. You guys are single, self-sufficient. You can stand on your own 2 feet, you know? It does tell you to watch out for your own financial interests because you got somebody over here trying to fuck with you. But just know that if you continue to do God's work and be a beautiful person, be a loving person, be kind and generous, and be thankful, be appreciative of your life, you're going to be just fine. There's nobody that can take you out of this energy that you were born in, which is the 9 of Pentacles, single, self-sufficient. You've always been somebody that can stand on their own 2 feet. You don't need another person. When you guys develop a personal relationship with God, you will not need another person. Okay. It's good to have another person, and hopefully they have a relationship with God. I would not be getting into any type of relationships with people who do not have a spiritual connection. They don't have to be super gifted, but they do have to be able to connect with God. I think that that's important. You doing that, them doing that, that is what's going to make the relationship last, and it's going to keep it going, and it's going to be the most healthy. If somebody is on a completely opposite journey spiritually to you, like this Queen of Wands wants to just do witchcraft and play up under the moon and not sleep and all that nonsense, that's on them. Let them do whatever they feel they need to do. This person is trying to do ugly spells on you. That backfired. You're getting justice. Literally. What do they need to know moving forward, Spirit? Oh, I feel like anybody trying to come and judge you at this time is going to get slapped the fuck out. That's point blank, period. The Fool. No, I have a fan going, and so it is actually moving a little bit, but it's because the fan is blowing the fabric. I know, I've looked in the camera and been like, whoa, it looks really trippy. But yeah, this person is a fool. They don't know where they're going in life. Okay, they're completely lost. And I don't think this person stealing from you or whatever their stupid plan is, I don't think that's going to help them get unlost, to be quite honest. I feel like this person wants to be a free spirit, but they don't feel free. They feel like actually bound to something, and they might be bound to some type of energy or some type of way of thinking. When people do magic, they don't know what the consequences and what the side effects of that shit are going to be. And that's why I feel like any type of negative magic is going to have a side effect. That's the good thing about positive magic, is that it's got a good side effect. So it's like called healing. You know what I mean? Queen of Cups. This person thinks that you're this naive person that is so sympathetic and empathetic to other people that you're just gonna, give up your shit, give up your gold, give up your money, give up your possessions, give up your position. You're not gonna give this person anything. They're gonna have to steal it from you if they want anything at all. And this person might as well just go to God. Welcome, Phoenix Empress. They might as well just go to God themselves. That would be better for them, instead of coming for you. It's weird to me how some people will treat you guys like you are the source, because they know that you have a connection. This person wants in on that connection. King of Swords. They're about to get majorly judged here. This King of Swords is going to come down on this person and tell them that they have to either pay a fine. Sad. They're already broken homeless. That's what they wanted for you. This person's a backstabber. They were trying to backdoor you and betray you with some type of court or judge, and they're going to be judged for that. They only saw one side of you. These people don't have the ability to see all of you, okay? Because you don't put all of you on display. When you're a divine being, you're putting your best face forward. You're not putting all of yourself forward, because it would scare people. People are afraid of divine feminines. Ten of Swords. This King of Swords is going to Ten of Swords this person, this Queen of Wands. I also get that this King of Pentacles wants their money, like yesterday. So instead of this person trying to focus on you or this person could be trying to tell this King of Pentacles that you have their money. This King of Pentacles does not give a shit what this person's saying. They're like, I'm not going to go attack some random ass person just because you said that they have the money. You should have the money. You took out the loan. You don't get to just throw people under the bus just because you see somebody else doing well. And this King of Pentacles knows that's exactly what this Queen of Wands is trying to do. Just throw you under the bus, conveniently have you judged. Yeah, sacrifice you. That's the same thing. Throwing you under the bus, sacrificing you. This person will be sacrificed. Their life will be sacrificed. They don't need to worry about even paying rent. They're going to jail. And then they're going to go to hell after they go to jail. Crazy how they were not going to be mindful of this at all. The Empress. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Divine being. Y'all are divine beings. This person was not going to be mindful at all that literally, they're doing a lot of things that other people would look at and say, that might not be right. Trying to put somebody in homelessness, that might not be okay. That might backfire. Trying to, take out loans and go get witches to do shit to somebody. No. And if this person's an illegal immigrant, they could be going to court for that. But I get that, you know, you're getting justice here. You've taken responsibility for your own actions, and you didn't revenge against this person. You didn't seek vengeance, revenge, payback, because there's no reason. When you're dealing with somebody like this, just stop. When you stop talking to them, that's when the light leaves their life. That's the biggest punishment. Like, that's the worst type of punishment, is to lose somebody that was a legit, real person. 3 of Wands, you're over here working on your creative goals, making a future, and actually having it come true. Let's get the likes up, you guys. We got 83 people watching and 52 likes on the video. And thank you guys in advance. Thank you. And I love you for liking the video. Thank you guys so much. I'm really appreciative of that. Every like and hitting the hype book, the button, wherever it's at, that really helps this platform be seen by other people, so that they can also hear what I have to say. They can hear what you guys have to say, and we can hopefully reach more people, expand. The more people we reach, the more people are going to become enlightened, until it's like the 100th monkey. But I know I've read for way more than 100 people before, but probably thousands and thousands throughout my career. Judgment. This is what I'm talking about. This person is up under judgment. Point blank, period. They are. They may not want to acknowledge that they are. This person is still blaming everyone else, but they are up under judgment, and you're getting a love union coming in. You could be working on creating a divine love union, or calling one in. I feel like you guys have some type of spiritual ascension relationship that's going to happen in this lifetime, and there's nothing that this person can do to stop or block that. And this person thinks that this Knight of Cups energy is your twin flame, but they're not. I don't know, you know, they're doing a whole lot of hoodoo voodoo shit for no reason, because you're not even, you would never take a Knight of Cups. When you're an Empress, why the hell would you lower yourself to accept a Knight of Cups? A Knight of anything, actually. No, sir, ma'am, it, they, them. No, thank you. Okay. You being the Emperor and the Empress, me seeing that for your guys' reading, I feel like you guys have balanced your masculine and feminine energies in a productive way. The devil. The devil is what's up under judgment. These people that, and I'm not even joking, I think it's just where we're located or some shit like that, why we get so many hating ass Christians that are running around judging everybody else, trying to condemn people to hell when that's not their fucking job. They should be minding their business, or feeding the homeless and helping the poor, doing things that Jesus actually did, like meditating, going within, you know, having a connection with God. Instead, a lot of Christians just want to, you know, go and repent so they can go do the sin again. And that's literally the way that they think, is, oh, well, Jesus died for our sins, so I'll just go, you know, sin. Okay, you can do whatever you want. All a sin is a mistake. That's all it is, okay? So it's like sins are already forgiven. It's just mistakes. However, if you continue to fuck up and make the bad choices and the worst mistakes over and over again, what are you creating for your future? More mistakes and having bad experiences, to where you're going to have to deal with lower vibrational energies. And people can say whatever they want about Jesus, but are these people actually being saved? No, they're over here trying to condemn everybody the fuck else. Stop. People just need to stop doing that. It's nobody's job to condemn another person to hell, especially to hell, okay? Unless you come from there and you know, I've sent spirits to hell before, but that's where they should have gone. Exactly, from the very beginning. The fact that they were lingering on the face of the earth was an abomination. 4 of Wands. You've created some type of project, long-term investment here. You're getting rewarded. You're getting what you want. You're getting your goals achieved. You're having great success. The 4 of Wands is like a new choice, a new opportunity, a period of freedom. This person's trying to block you from being able to go on vacation or travel. Crazy. That's crazy. That's craziness. Why even spend, this person should have invested time into themselves, not you. I mean, if you're feeling drained from this person, call your energy and your power back to you. And when you start to feel that drain happen, say, okay, hold on. I cancel and rebuke any type of contract, coercion, or anything else that is lower vibrational that would drain me. And if there's any thoughts and beliefs that I'm having that are draining me, I ask those to come forward. If you're not going to do the mind technique from the truth of God, which helps you actually get rid of those thoughts and beliefs, then try to ask them to come forward so that you can become aware of them. When you can become aware of it, it's much easier to become in control. So yeah, you guys are being rewarded. You're about to be majorly blessed. I feel like you guys were blessed from the second that you were created. I think we all have blessings. Just some people, they misuse their blessings and then their blessings get taken from them. And I'm not the person that does that. I can take somebody's gifts, but I would literally never do that without God's consent, and I would rather God just do it. So it's like this person, Two of Swords in the reverse is just what flew out. They're in a creative, intellectual rut. This is the type of person that has to go sell themselves to the devil because they need to get, the devil cannot do anything for you. What the devil does is the devil will take your blessings, what you're supposed to have, and it'll hoard the shit. And then when you ask for something, you ask for somebody else's something, you don't get somebody else's shit. You get what God had for you. It's impossible to take somebody else's blessings or their anointing or whatever. Okay. Or their destiny. Again, there is so many spiritual beings that are destiny helpers and stuff like that, that there's just too much in the spiritual realm that goes against that type of shit. And people need to stop thinking that God and the universe is ignorant, because it's a very intelligent energy. Yeah. This person is stagnated. They moved in the wrong direction. They trusted the wrong people, and this person, they overshare. They talk too much. And I felt that energy of oversharing at the beginning when I was talking about my childhood, because, these readings don't really have to do with me. I'm just the vessel that God is using to communicate with you guys. This person, a better idea for them would be to follow their own destiny. Oh, thank you so much, Red Lady 8001, for your donation. This person it would be so much better if they followed their own destiny. But they're super envious about you guys. And I feel like you guys have overcome something major. Okay, when it came to this person, it probably took a lot to say no to them or to turn them away. And especially this person is wanting to come in with a sob story that they're in the Five of Pentacles, being homeless, and they want you to make a compromise. Don't open your house to people. I am speaking to you guys. Yeah, don't open your house to people. Just be aware that some people, when they come on the bullshit, they're just trying to test you to see if you've got the money. Okay, this person, they do have money. They just are not going to pay their bills with it. So what is this? I mean, is it important that we uncover what they're doing with their money? I don't think it is. I know they spent some amount of money on witchcraft. This person's probably trying to harass the spiritual practitioner because the magic didn't work. Ace of Cups, because you still have an Ace of Cups. Like I said, the Ace cards are better than the 10 cards because they come from God. You have an Ace of Cups, which is a loving family, joy, and inner peace, the beginning of a perfect love for you. Okay, you have a divine union coming in. I feel like this other person, this Queen of Cups, or you're the Queen of Cups, this Queen of Wands, they are acting like they're a Queen of Cups, but they're not. They're not devoted to anything. Yeah, they're devoted to putting themselves first at the detriment of everybody else. That's what they believe in. This is why they moved in the wrong direction. They should have just focused on their own security and stability. Oh, thank you so much, Phoenix Empress. Let's get the likes up, you guys. We got 79 people watching and 60 likes on the video. It really helps the video get noticed. Hype that video. When you see the hype button, please and thank you. So yeah, God's not going to take its love away from you just because this person feels like they deserve to have their wishes granted. But if this person would focus on their own desires and not make their desires about you, why don't people just want to see other people do well? That's sad. Four of Cups. This person did all this shit because they were bored with their own destiny. This person was not even investing in what they're here to do. They're also very self-absorbed, Like when I see this card, I feel the energy of narcissus, like narcissism. It doesn't say that on the card, but that's the energy that I pick up from it almost every time. It's like somebody just being very cynical, very narcissistic, very pessimistic. This person never thinks that it's going to work out because they know what they've done. That's the Breaking Benjamin song. 8 of Cups. This person has to walk away super dissatisfied, feeling discontent and bored because they failed. Okay. They failed to effect your peace. This person was not able to cause God to stop loving you or to strip you of anything. And this is why I was feeling like this person has abused some type of spirituality or religion. They're the type of person that would be like going straight to Psalm 109 to fuck somebody up, to curse their unborn children and all sorts of nonsense. And there's no reason for that. This person's just pissed off because you're not there anymore to give them finances whenever they need it. And this is why sometimes you just have to say no to friends. I will never make that mistake again of lending somebody money that I consider to be a friend, because it turns the way that they feel about the person that lent it. Yeah, you're over here getting public recognition, reward, and success. And there's nothing anybody can do about that. You are going to shine in the light that God has put you in. You're here to be an inspiration to other people. You're getting a major victory here. You becoming a well-known person is going to help a lot of people. That's why you don't have to sell your soul to the devil, because God has already got you. First of all, we don't even own our souls to sell them, but that's neither here nor there. This other person has to do stupid, desperate things all of the time. Okay? You don't have to sacrifice anything to get anything. You're already in the fame and the Wheel of Fortune. That's your destiny right there, to be in this position. That's your fate. That's something that's an unchangeable outcome, okay? For you to be abundant, happy, successful, and wealthy. That's an unchangeable outcome. This person's got to get more realistic when it comes to what they want. I also feel like this person is suffering because, they don't have the same type of strength as you. They've got to walk away. This person has to mind their own business. From this point on, and basically I get that you cut cords with this person a while ago. From this point on, though, they've got to mind their own business. And they need to stop trying to curse you through social media, point blank, period. People need to stop. Now, there will be some people, you guys, that they send the evil eye, but they're not doing a spell. Okay, they could be connected to a lower vibrational energy like a demon or something else. And that spirit could be the thing that's sending the energy, or that person could just be psychically active and be hating on you, and they're sending the energy. Either way, it can be traced back to the person, but some people don't know that they're sending the evil eye. Some people don't know that the way that gossip and slander manifests and the way it looks in the reality, it shows up in the same way that black magic does. That's why every time somebody's like, oh, I'm cursed, a lot of the times they're not cursed. It's just they have somebody that's talking ill on them. That's it. 7 of Pentacles. That's why getting the truth of God, using those techniques so that you can ask the questions like, is this actually a curse that needs to be cleared? Or is this a thought or belief? Or is this, something else? This person is literally losing a lot of resources while you're gaining resources. And they feel like this transition should have never happened. They're regretting not taking full advantage of you or backstabbing you. This person did what you allowed them to do. That's what they did. When it comes to betraying you, they did what you allowed. Because when you keep an open door to somebody, which means you keep communicating with them, you contact them, you consider them a friend, you look out for them. When you keep an open door with somebody, that's a lot of trust that's being given to that person. This person abused your trust. And you're over here getting an Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God, these are the best cards. This is the best shit ever. The fame and public recognition, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is money. Your money comes from God. These people cannot disrupt not a damn thing in your life. They need to move on. They're not going to get this money that God is giving you. And just know, if you had to cut somebody off, that God, your higher self, is not going to give you a huge blessing if it knows that somebody else will just take it. Somebody that's not meant to have it, you know? Oh, you put the selenite and moldavite on your phone to bless it. Wow. And yes, they're trying to curse your social media. That is awesome, though, literally. That is awesome. Yeah, I feel like this person, they're in regret because they did not know that you were going to have such a great future. This person was like, okay, they didn't fight for the relationship. Now they want to come in because they need something, and you're protected. You've been divinely protected from this person. The Ace of Swords there, literally, God has shielded you from this person. Not only has Archangel Michael snipped the cord, but literally you're being shielded and protected, which means that this person has got to take several seats, especially when it comes to messing with you, because you're going to remain somebody that is abundant, free, and able to access other people and be an inspiration to others. Literally. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody that's nurturing, down to earth, genuine, sincere, honest, truthful, kind, caring, dependable. You help others when you see people in need. This person would never think of doing that. If you were to ever need something, this person would never be available. In fact, in the past, if you did need something, this person was never available. That's ironic. How they want you to become available for them when they were never available for you. King of Cups, literally, King of Cups. There is somebody that's telling this person that they're going to lose a lot of finances. Okay. I don't know if this person didn't pay their taxes or they didn't pay somebody. They're in trouble for that. Instead of trying to tattletale on you when you're not even doing anything, this person needs to mind their own business. They keep trying to send spell work for you to get caught up in the legal system somehow, and it's backfiring, and it's happening to this person. Thank you so much, Fashionista. This person's also being dumped. Like I was picking up at the beginning, somebody has left them, and they're feeling particularly hurt. They could be blaming you guys for that. I don't feel like you guys are to blame for that. Okay, what is the outcome of this situation? Yeah, this person has no spiritual gifts and abilities. They're blocked, or they just never had them. It says guard your possessions. Someone may try to separate you from your money. Somebody is going to come for this person and try to separate them from their money. Theft and embezzlement, lack of control over events. Oh my God, circumstances change swirls around them and will happen whether they like it or not. Poor chances for a promotion. Someone may cheat them out of payment for their services. That's crazy. That's the karma that they get. This person's going to be carrying a 10 of Wands for a very long time, you guys. They really are. They're going to be carrying this 10 of Wands for a very long time. I don't think that they could put that burden down. The 10 of Wands is not, I mean, there's no slave driver whipping that person, making them carry those 10 sticks. This person's willingly doing that because they want to be something that they're not. And they want you to sacrifice your integrity to help them get out of a situation that they put themselves in. 6 of Pentacles, because now they have to pay regular payments, you know. This person's burdened by payments and by money. This is why wishing for financial freedom is much better than being super wealthy and successful. Some people, they get just enough money to have to pay all of it to somebody else. Like, that's just how things work. So, but you guys are blessed. Your money comes from God. They can't mess with that. This person thinks that your happiness comes from your money. They wanted you to be on the homeless on the street, poor, broke, and they're in that exact position. Knight of Wands. This person, they definitely are being stalked also. They have a lot of yeah, God is so good. God is so great. Seriously, you guys. Nine of Wands. This person's on the defensive when it comes to you. They're also on the defensive when it comes to everybody else, like anybody else that's in their life. They feel that they need to defend themselves because they feel like they're already wounded. Whose fault is that, though? Like, you didn't wound them. The universe did. The universe literally did. Death, like I'm picking up on. This person's full of death. That's all they are. This is the ending to their financial stability, like a permanent ending. They could be going completely bankrupt. They could be 100% broke. Anybody that comes in and tries to give resources to this person, their money will be cursed. That is why I feel like this person is trying to project so much crap, because they know that they're cursed. Because whatever they tried to do to your money was basically cursing it. And so this person's in trouble. Four of Swords, death in the Four of Swords. That is, this person could literally die and pass away. That is horrible. Holy shit. Dang. So this is the end of fighting with this person. Literally. Thank you guys for liking the video. This is the end of having to fight with this person. Why would you have to argue with somebody? This person's like, no, fight with me, fight with me. You're not going to fight with them. What the hell? It's no point. You're a high priestess. You see through this person, and you're making good choices that are in alignment with your highest and best good. And you see a way out of the storm that this person caused. There's like the eye of the storm. You see the way out. You're moving towards that. You're not going to be, you know, stepping into a role where you are helping anybody. Okay. Unless because you need to help yourself first. Make sure that you're okay. And make sure that you're good before you can be there for other people. And this person wants you to stop loving yourself and take care of them. Okay. The Hermit. They also want you isolated. But isolation for you is not negative. It's not negative. It's literally not. I also get that this person did not anticipate you being able to go within and get the answer to life's questions so easily. This person didn't think you'd be able to pick up that it was them. You did. You did pick up that it was them. You also know that this person's going to jail. Whatever they have done, you know, this looks like death in prison. It honestly does. But they should have made better choices. I don't know what to tell them. This person was so freaking dark. Dark and unnatural. Because you're getting a harvest. That's hilarious to me. Yeah. You're getting a harvest. You're popular. You're outgoing. You guys could not be extroverts. You could be introverts, but still be popular at this time. You're popping. You guys could be getting new friendships, new relationships each day. Amen to that. Literally. Two of Wands. Continue to work on what you're working on. Continue to work on it. Okay, because it's going to be very abundant. You're going to have a lot of people that want to share in this love that you have to give. And there's not anything that this person can do about that. Anything that they try to do, you're going to see right through it. You're going to pick up on it, and you're not going to, you know, go along with it. Seven of Wands. You're on the defensive. This person thinks that they're on the defensive. They have to actually defend themselves from death. You don't. You're defending yourself by standing up for yourself. Sometimes all you need to do is tell people no, and that's enough to trigger their childhood wounds and their ego and shit. And that's when people are tested the most, is when you say no to them. That's when God tests them. So I feel like you guys are winning. This is your time to be on top. This is your time to experience what life is like being provided for, having the universe provide all of your needs. And even though you're still working on a lot of projects, these things are going to basically come to you becoming very well known and recognized and famous. So just keep working on it. The only way that you'll fail is if you give up. And I don't feel like you guys can fail, because it's part of your destiny to be in this position. This person is going to jail. Whatever they were involved in was very shady. It was very backdoory, very unhinged, very delusional. These people cannot control their fucking emotions for shit. Like this person, they will spend the rest of their life being a miserable person because they can't control their emotions. They don't believe that they're creating their reality. And you can't argue with anybody that doesn't know the truth about that, literally. Absolutely, I will definitely do some Reiki and some sound bowl stuff. But yeah, this person's delusional, you guys. I feel kind of bad for them, but at the same time, like, they need to just learn this lesson of leaving you alone and minding their business, and their life would get so much better. And if this person just stopped trying to become you and stopped trying to emulate you, their life would also get better. I don't know what has caused this person to not want to invest in themselves, but to me, that's a super strange energy. Like it seems almost unreal or unnatural. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to do some Reiki. So make sure, you guys, that you are sitting with your feet on the ground. If you have some water, it's really good to drink water because we're going to flush some things through. Okay, so we're going to start with holy fire. We're going to start the holy fire seal. Holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. Chokure, chokure, chokure. Okay, so just relax. Take a deep breath in. We're just going through, I'm going through the aura. I'm feeling for any cords, anything that could be stuck energy. Kind of just doing a scan. Okay, do you feel something that's in the sacral chakra? So we're going to call whatever that is forward into the holy fire. All right, and I'm going to go down into the root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, and we are going to start opening the root chakra. And we're going to clear out anything that has to do with instability, fear, lack, limitation, or not being safe. Okay, and regrounding your feet. Keep your feet on the ground. All right, we're going to go up into, yep, that's where I'm feeling the block, up into the sacral chakra, and we're just going to open it and clear whatever relationship block is going on, because I feel like this is a relationship issue that has to do with God. Very old one. Filling that in. Okay, now we're going to go up into the solar plexus, which is right here in the, it's like below the sternum. Okay, and we're going to open up the solar plexus. We're cutting any cords and any type of attachments that are in your energy when it comes to your solar plexus. Okay, and then we're healing those roots to the cords, filling it in with Reiki energy. Okay, now we're going to open the heart chakra and cleanse the heart. Okay, we're going to take off layers of trauma on the heart. And we're also calling upon the Holy Fire Reiki angels, and we're calling upon Mother Gaia to fill in the heart chakra and all of the chakras. Okay, now we're going to do the high heart, which is the thymus. And we're going to open that and clear it and connect it with the heart chakra. Okay, now we're going to go up into the throat, and we're going to open the throat. Okay, anything that has to do with the fear of speaking your truth, we're going to release that. So take a deep breath. And balance that throat chakra. Okay, now we're going to go to the third eye. And with the third eye, we're just going to open and clear. Okay, and we're going to balance those chakras as we go into the crown chakra. The third eye, anything that you're not seeing, we're removing. Any type of veils, we're getting rid of those. Unnecessary. Okay, and now we're going to move up into the crown. And we're going to clear out the crown chakra. And then I also want to take the energy and we're going to extend it up above the crown into the soul star chakra. Okay, and as we do that, we're going to just include the entire aura with the Holy Fire Reiki energy. And balancing. And we're going to bring that energy back down through the crown into the third eye, opening and expanding that third eye, balancing it. There we go. Then the physical eyes as well. Releasing any pressure in the ears, the ear chakras. And we're taking that holy fire, bringing it into the throat and into the back of the throat. And removing that. And then we're going down into the high heart again, expanding the thymus gland, moving into the heart chakra, filling it up with love. And now into the solar plexus, releasing, and we're clearing out the sacral, releasing that. Now we're going into the root chakra, and we're going to just ground in that holy fire energy. So as the angels continue to do this attunement, we're going to go down into the earth star chakra, which is about 3.5 feet in the earth. And we're going to open that chakra and allow Mother Earth's energy to come up and fill your aura so that you are grounded. Okay, so now I'm going to go play the sound bowls. Okay, and I'm going to do Reiki as well while the sound bowls are being played. So we're going to start with the sacral chakra. Opening and clearing. you guys. Thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I really appreciate you guys for being here. So as your energy continues to transmute, you guys just keep your feet on the ground, and you can envision white light going into you and filling up any of the dark places. So I'm going to talk about the 2 books that are life-changing before we go. The links to these books are in the description box below, okay? The first book is called The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN, and it has 3 very valuable techniques among many others, but the 3 that I use on a day-to-day basis. The first one is the God technique. It raises you out of your ego consciousness and your perception. Being in the little self is what it's called, but it raises you out of that into your higher self so that you can look out through the eyes of God, source, and see things through the lens of unconditional love. And oh, good. I'm glad that you guys like the energy healing. And so it's really important to do that technique because you're basically releasing the south node, lower version of you, and moving into the highest part of you. And that's love, joy, and peace. The second technique is the joy versus anger technique, which develops a yes and no answering system with your higher self, aka God, so that you can get immediate answers back and not having to do pendulum or muscle testing or just waiting for a sign from the universe. Then you can start making choices and being actually led by yourself so that you know that you're going in the right direction. The third technique is the mind technique, which allows you to question the mind and locate the beliefs that are not serving you so that you can get rid of them so you don't keep pulling the same experience in, which is a major help. This is an intuitive living workbook. You guys can get this on Amazon. There's a link in the description box below. If for some reason you don't want to use the link, you can go to your local bookstore and request for them to get this book. It's called The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN. Lifesaver, game changer for me. Again, the God technique, when I was stuck in the psychic realm, it was like experiencing selenite for the first time. It was like all of a sudden now I was able to get unstuck and untrapped from that perspective and from feeling helpless, basically, to psychic experiences. So the second book I'm going to talk about is the one that I've written. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and it's got different tarot card spreads for the major arcana cards, which help you integrate the major arcana, which are the major transitions. So I just opened up to the Emperor tarot card. No, not the Emperor. The Hierophant. Interesting. I think I opened to that one earlier. The Hierophant, we're going to read position 4. This card represents the divine intervention that's going to take place when you get into your divine life purpose. Whatever protection and ancestral guidance that you have may be shown to you here in the card that you pull for this spot. If you have any spiritual karmic debt that on you that needs to be cleared, that can come through the spot here. If you pull the Last Judgment tarot card for this position, it could mean that you are being judged in the heavens above. If you pull the Justice card for this position, it could indicate that you have a helping hand that is coming from the heavens, that either you or the one that you're reading for is defended by the Most High God. If you pull the Death tarot card in reverse for this position, it could indicate that you are experiencing a metaphorical or metaphysical rebirth at the current moment. And so I have different card positions for everything that's on the original weight. You'll need the original Rider-Waite tarot deck, and I would go ahead and just get the one that's got the words on it. That way you can start to learn what they mean. And to me, when I'm looking at the cards, there's like glare, so I can't really see all of the words, but things will pop up and energies will pop up that are very common. The Chariot is a major arcana card. The World is a major arcana card. The Strength is a major arcana card. So basically there's the Sun. There is a manifestation. I call it a spell, but it's something that you do on yourself with God and the Holy Spirit. And so it's pretty easy to do, and it's not going to backfire in any type of way because it's on you and it's to help you. So I'm just going to open to one of the spells. The Hierophant spells for manifesting lack into nothingness. It also has to do with like canceling out destiny swipers. The Lovers is to draw love into one's life. Let's see. The Chariot is to remove obstacles. The spells to remove obstacles. The Strength is to gain powers and gain strength to become stronger in something. So they're easy little rituals that you can follow. When you guys get this book and you get the original Rider-Waite with it and you're learning to read your own cards, I would take a picture or video record your reading when you do it for yourself, because after you work through the major arcana cards in the what I call it, in the order that they're in, which is the natural order, you're going to go through an entire psychological process that's going to help you. Then you can go back and you can look at those readings and what those readings were telling you and the bigger message behind it all. Also, in the back of the book, there is a compendium of knowledge of what it could mean when the different major arcana cards come out together, what those interpretations could mean. So I just opened to the High Priestess. The High Priestess tarot card is a spiritual practitioner card. The High Priestess is a self-initiatory and public initiation process. The High Priestess tarot card indicates a spiritual seeker. If you pull the High Priestess tarot card in the reverse, you can rest assured that you are dealing with a dark practitioner of spirituality. If you pull the High Priestess tarot card in the reverse, then you pull the Devil tarot card, it indicates that the dark high priestess serves or worships the demonic. When you pull the High Priestess and then pull the Moon tarot card, it can indicate that someone is working with the moon to spiritually possess you. If you pull the High Priestess and then the Hierophant card, it could indicate that the High Priestess has a teacher, coach, or mentor who is a Hierophant. If the High Priestess tarot card comes out with the Strength card, it could indicate that the High Priestess is extremely powerful. If you pull the High Priestess and the Death tarot card, it could indicate that someone is working with the High Priestess to keep you stuck or stagnant in life. It keeps going on and on and on, but that's just like a taste of how when you start to pull the major arcana cards and they're next to each other, it definitely means something. And so I've written all that knowledge that I know in the back for you guys, so that when that happens, you can go, okay, let me see. I pulled the sun and the Strength card. You can just go straight to the sun in the back of the book and read what it means when the sun and the Strength comes out. So yeah, this is for you guys, that those of you that want to learn to read your own cards, but you're wanting to move beyond limiting self-doubt while using tarot and learning to pull cards for oneself. I, for one, know how difficult it can be when you're wanting to see a certain situation manifest, and that's what you're looking for. And by doing that, you're missing what's actually there. I've had that happen before. That's why God and the Holy Spirit was like, you know what, maybe you should write something that is a manual for people so that when they're pulling cards for themselves, they can get confirmations. I would get the truth of God first, develop the joy versus anger technique. Then when you do Visago tarot card spreads and spells, and you're actually working through the major arcana cards and you can be asking additional questions, yes and no questions, and getting an answer back. And that will really help you guys a lot when it comes to understanding yourself, understanding your purpose, and basically moving things in the right direction. I wrote all of that stuff with God and the Holy Spirit kind of guiding me on what things would be generally, something that people could pick up on and things that would be important. So I feel like, you guys are very intuitive. You're very psychic already, but for me, I've always had gifts and abilities and I've always been psychic, but I grew up in the Catholic Church. I did not have a one-on-one relationship with God. And now I do have that connection because of the truth of God. And like I was saying, it saved my life because I was having all of these spiritual experiences, couldn't control it, couldn't stop it, didn't know why it was happening. And now I can just basically gain control by doing the God technique and doing the mind technique and the joy versus anger technique. So when you want to invest in yourself, that's a good way, okay? If any of you want to leave a tip or donation, there's links in the description box below, but I am so pleased and happy with your likes, your shares, your subscribes. All of that helps. Tap that hype button. Let's get these messages out, you guys, with as many people that you would feel resonates with it and that you're comfortable with sharing this information. Remember, if any of you guys ever have a personal question, you can always send me a $20 super chat and I will pause the collective reading that's going on and I'll answer your question. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the reading today. I love you so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. And make sure you like, subscribe, tap the notification bell, share, leave a comment. All that stuff really helps this platform. And I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to be heading to my other platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. If you guys want to follow me over there. Okay. I love you guys. Peace be with you. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Bye.